Alright, so finish getting things produced. Not too much more. Finish migrating all of this stuff from the base over to the vehicle. And then we have to go from here back to the new base area. Yep, it's going to be a long day. Alright, so let's hopefully get these tools up in priority. And what we're going to do is we're going to move these because I have a couple of extra sets in the wagon. And so we're just waiting for the last of the plates to finish, which should be quickly. So we've got silver, but I don't have it refined. I need to get it processed. Make sure there's nothing hostile coming in. I'm getting rather tired of the hostile drones. Basically continuing to come after me, but it is what it is, I guess. Yeah. How much more do we have to wait for? Here, it should be finishing up pretty quickly. I think what we're going to do is I may... No, we'll wait for it. We'll wait for it. It's okay. So we've been making parts. I'm just going to make sure here. Alright, so we're 2 pieces shy of a new emergency survival kit. But we've been bringing, so we've got parts planned for small cargo container, an assembler, and a basic refinery. Looking at the parts we have available, we have enough for another battery still, which is good. And we've basically brought all of this miscellaneous stuff, or we'll be bringing all the miscellaneous stuff. I'm almost tempted. What are we waiting for? Should be about done. Yeah. I'm almost tempted to add another turret or 2 to the top of this thing. Because I'm thinking leave this guy here, maybe even, well, no, we can't really move it back, but what I could do is we could you're done. So if we did, that would be the 2 there. That'd be 2 there. Alright, so yeah, we could actually do that. Alright. And I want to see, it looks like the last few of those are being produced. See if we can grab. You should still be going, you should be going. Alright. Nothing's in the immediate area, that's good. Alright, so let's spin you like so. I think we're gonna actually so if we do that, there. Put one of you right there. And I'm figuring, since we're planning on a new large grid construction vehicle and construction recovery vehicle kind of thing, this little beast will be our recon scout vehicle. As we have seen with some of the hostile stuff spawning, we basically want as much defense as we can get. This might actually be a little bit of overkill, but better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And honestly, if I thought I could get away with it, this entire upper section would be nothing but these turrets. But I don't think I have enough power generation on board this thing for it. So we are going to say all of you guys, max aiming, don't target turret or meteors or missiles. Alright. And that way I know if you're on or not. Okay. Alright, so that should be everything. So let's go ahead and, oh, because you're still trying to produce those. There you go. Alright, so let's get everything loaded up. I want to get on the road. I want it to be on the road before noon, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. I'm about noon already. And we ended up making, so you've got an oxygen tank here. We've got 2 oxygen bottles with us. Okay. Let's fill the hydrogen while it's nice and calm. We're going to close up the door. We've already replaced base defenses. So you are now pulse laser, you are now pulse laser, and a couple of point defense turrets. I'm really tempted to break this base down. What are you? Why do you not? Sidecar, lovely. Okay, well, you're over there. I'm not going to worry about you. I'm still tempted to break this base down, but I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll leave it here just so we have something, we can come back and check every so often, which is why I swapped out those turrets, so we don't have to worry about coming back to reload it. It should have enough wind generators to keep the batteries charged with. Yeah, so I just saw the batteries peak out. Okay, good. Why am I stuck? Must go on diet. Come on. Come on. Let me out. Thank you. Alright. I've been eating too well, I guess. So let's get him, get you closed up, get you closed up. And let's get ourselves over to the base. We have a lot more mass. I've increased our top speed a little bit, so it'll make it a little easier to get there and back. But it's a decent trip in front of us. So if we have that base there, we have our new base over here in the mountains. We got the new hangar area done. So what I'm thinking is we'll drill into the mountain, I don't know, maybe another like 50 meters or so. Thinking that'll be a good range. Alright, so no, it's not over there. It's gonna be. Now we did find a bit of material, which was good. Check, make sure nothing's shooting at us. Okay. So over by this rock here, there are a couple of resource stones that have been spawning up in the flatlands area here. But more importantly, we found some resource nodes in the ground, which is actually good. I don't remember if any of it was iron. I think it was nickel, magnesium, silicon. Might have been some other stuff over there too. But yeah, so that little mesa bluff thing got some decent resources around it. Oh man. So the rover's been serving us pretty well. Oh. Hello there. Oh, you know what? It was that one was where we got the resources in the ground. Well, let's see if anybody shoots at us. Of course, we're getting kind of close to that sidecar. You're not shooting at us, right? So far, the SEMS guys seem to like us. They don't shoot at us, and they let us trade with them. Alright, so let's head back this way. Just want to make sure they weren't going to start shooting at us, and I don't want to get any closer to that sidecar. I think we're getting a little too close to him. Alright, so we're going to go up and around over here. I should have put a waypoint. See, I forgot to put the waypoint for the new base. So there's nickel. There's magnesium. So there's a lot of this, like the magnesium, nickel, and silicon mix out here. Which I'm not going to complain about. I know it probably sounds like I am, but I'm actually not complaining about that. I like having it. The problem that we run into, though, is that where I want it to be is not where it is, unfortunately. Alright. We've still got 7 hours worth of power on board. I need to get this thing hooked up to the base so that we can get it charged up. Iron, cobalt, and silver. Yeah. Alright, this I do want a waypoint. Okay, we're at 14. Iron, cobalt, and silver. Having those somewhat close, actually. Not as close as they could be, but it's usable. With any luck, we'll have some that's a little bit closer. Not going to hold my breath, though, because, you know, that would... Whenever something works out in my favor, that usually means it's going to blow up in my face. Alright. Wondering how Sharky and the Dreadnought are doing. Haven't seen them lately. I really don't want to go back over to their area, just because you never know what's over there. Sharky kind of has me on edge right now. Just, you know, anybody who is still that functional after after admitting that they've been dropped on their head a few too many times, yeah, it's always always has me a little bit worried. Alright. So I do appreciate this area, though. I mean, this is actually a really nice location. And the more I think about it, the more I kind of think it might have been good to build down there instead of up here. But I'm not going to complain because, well, one, it doesn't do any good, and two, I actually do like where we ended up here. It is rather difficult for anybody to approach without being seen, you know? Alright. So we're going to park you out here for right now. May even turn on the reactors for a minute to charge up the battery some, but we'll leave it as it is. Nothing hostile over here, right? Okay. Alright, so what I'm thinking here, let's actually get rid of that. So if we do that, awesome. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we take this back a little bit. Let's say we do a waypoint with where we are. Call this just blast radius. Alright, and see, if I had done this a good way, I would have had this on compass point, but east, northeast-ish. And we're just gonna drift ourselves in here. If I turn off my radio, do those neutral signals? No. Alright, so like I said, we're going to go about 50 meters in. Because I'm not going to lie, I don't remember what the blast radius is on these things. And so it is very possible we're about to blow up our base. Of course, we're digging up a bit. See if we can... Yeah, let's go like 75 meters. Okay, that should be good. I hope that's going to be good. Alright, so we want that, we want that. And we will set it for, I don't know, what do you think? 20 seconds? I think 20 seconds should be good. Of course, after we detonate this thing, if the base isn't destroyed, crossing our fingers here, we don't even need to mod that thing all the way up. Okay. 20 seconds. So if the base isn't destroyed, so how close did that get us? Oh, hello. That got us a nice little space. Alright. So we were at 75 meters. So it's 25, so it's a 50 meter blast radius, right? That's not too bad. So we could end up with a second one here. And we should be okay. Do we want to risk it? What do you think? I think it'll be okay. Let's go for it. You're up there. Damn it. That's what I was worried about. I was worried about that. See if we can get ourselves tucked in here. What do we take damage from? I really hope you're not heading this way. Nope. You look like you're flying past. That's good. You keep going that way, because I would really rather not fight you. Alright. Okay, so if you're going to go that way, we're not going to worry too much about you then. We're going to go back to doing what we were doing, which is causing explosions. Alright. And with any luck... Alright, so... That's a pretty good cavern. So with any luck, if we go about here-ish, yeah, about here, I think. So if we do that, so we don't really need it to do much. So we'll go 15 this time. It's armed. Let's get the hell out of here. You know what? Just because I have a feeling that the game is going to try and do me bad. See? I need to set that up. I'll have to set the base up with a welder so that when you come back, it basically just repairs miscellaneous damage, because it looks like I'm taking a little bit of damage from the terrain, maybe. Alright, let's see. Oh, hello. That. You can't even see the other side. That is awesome. Okay. That actually works out for us. Okay, so what I'm thinking here, why are you... What's up with all that? Alright, anyway. So I'm thinking if we basically bro the rest of this straight back, so we end up with the tunnel like we have here. Then we can build into this space. And this is where we'll have our actual base at. Alright. At least that's what I'm thinking. Alright, so if we do... So we'll see how this works out here. Because I'm basically just trying to get this level here. Having this be mostly a level would be good. Alright, so from here, are we above? Yeah, okay, so we're still... Should be breaking through here in a second. There we go. That's quite a chunk of change there. Alright, so we we're going to end up with this being effectively there. Mostly level. Pick that stuff up. Actually. So you drop all of that off. Alright, so how much iron do we have? 7K of iron. And what are you making? You're making another 51 of those. So it's 5,000 stone. Alright. So we've got enough stone to get away with that. So, okay, so let's go ahead. And we're going to have you do actually 2,000. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so with that going on, let's get some plates here. Plates, and we're going to have this basically come back to there, and that's how far it needs to come back to. And so we just effectively do that. There we go. And then using that as a guide, we can basically walk down and mine this out. Give us a nice flat level. So I know when I first started doing engineering in space, I always had that question of how do you get nice flat terrain? And that's basically what you do. Alright. There you go. Let go. So that's going to go... just basically have to find your starting point, and once you have that established, everything else is pretty easy. Let's go ahead and get the rest of this out. There we go. That. And you know, like 3 or 4 more hours of this, and we'll have most of it open. There you So yeah, not a whole lot more of that. Alright. So if we do that, alright, so the idea is we'll have this whole thing set up as basically an entrance area. You'll come in here, and then there'll be basically a turntable here, and then there will be a parking on either side, and then we can have like maybe habitation up here. And then we'll have stairs leading down into the lower section where we'll put our power systems. So we'll have like, say, probably like 10 or 12 batteries down here. We'll have probably end up with most of our actual manufacturing and stuff down here. And eventually respawn location. We'll definitely have to put in a medical room. Okay. So I think what we need to do now is finish the excavation. Get this opened up. And then once we have the entire width of it opened, basically rinse and repeat. Well, that could have been bad. Rinse and repeat a little bit further up. So what I'll probably end up doing is setting up some scaffolding. Alright, so you're gonna be a wall area. So what I'm thinking here is we go, because we want this to basically be easy to get everything done on, and that's going to be the windows or the wall side. So thinking if we do scaffolding there, can we get away with that? No, okay. Alright, so we can do this. Alright, and then what we'll do is we'll probably run the one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Counting that as 7. Yeah, so what we'll do is so from here we do 1 space 2 space 3, and we'll be able to hollow all of that out as we go, and basically just walk down, take the ceiling out. But for now we still need to get this tunnel wide enough. Let's get a little bit more of this out on this side. Okay. eventually need to start mining all of this, like actually mining and not just excavating this out. But for now, this is working just fine. Alright, so we want you... Get the last little bit of this in, because that's, so you're in line with the wall 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically you need to go one more block this way. Just to even all this out. Yeah. And we'll get the last little bit of this out of here. And start working on the next layer. And then once we have the rest of this dug out, what we'll be able to do is to drive the vehicle in. And that should be most of it. Alright, so the idea here then is once we get this whole cavern, this whole entrance area excavated, we'll deal with the next portion, but I think we're almost out of time for today. I think I'm going to need to take a bit of a nap and but we'll see. Need steel plates. But that's okay, because we're making a bunch of them. Alright. And then basically we just keep going until we have it all done. Oh, that could have been more risky than it needed to be. All right. And so, yeah, we basically just... there we go. Auto drill away. What I'll probably do is the last little bit of this. So then we can break this stuff down, move it over to here, and then over to here. And then we build up a block, rinse and repeat. Wasn't going to do anything all night anyway, right? Oh, you know what? Let's take a little bit of a cockpit nap. And I think we'll keep working on this through the night. It's going to be a bit, but that's okay. We're used to it. Now, if we can just avoid getting attacked through the night.